Good morning. This is Crystal with Stitching in the Green Mountains. Welcome to my Flosstube channel. This is where I chat about the crafty projects that I've been working on, primarily cross stitch. I also have some knitting to share with you today. I'll do that at the end, so if knitting's not your thing, you can certainly skip out before the end. But as you can see here, we're in Vermont. It is snowing outside, so you'll get to enjoy a little bit of snow if you are in a warmer climate and not seeing that. It's a little bit different background. I'm on the other side of the room today. My dining room table is full of projects, so I'm not filming from my usual location. I didn't want to clean it up this morning. So welcome back. If you're joining me, if you're returning, and if you're joining me for the first time, thank you. I hope you enjoy what you see today. So I'll jump right in because I do have to leave and get outside, and I have some errands to do. So we'll start with the cross stitch projects that I've been working on. I think it's been 4 weeks since my last update for you, so I do have a number of items. I didn't get to stitch as much as I had hoped to this month. It was just a busy month, especially the first half of the month. So here's what I've been up to. Anniversary project. It's called Our Anniversary. This is a design by Sampler Cove, and I am stitching this to commemorate my husband's and my 25th wedding anniversary, which will be later this year. So here is where I am at, and I didn't iron. And you can see my ironing board here, but I've got, my cyclamen. It's in bloom, and it seems to like it, so I'll just leave it there for a while longer. But here's where I'm at. Make sure you can see that in the film, the screen. So what have I accomplished? I put in the letters. I think I did a little bit more here on like this row, possibly. I got the letters, and then I got this motif stitched in there. So I did not work on this in the month of February as much as I had hoped, and I'll show you where my attention went here in a little bit, but that is Our Anniversary. And then this other piece, I was hoping to finish it during February. I have not yet finished it. I did put a little bit of time into it. I worked on it in the mornings. I just realized I never told you anything about the Our Anniversary piece. The fabric is Winter Moon. If I remember correctly, it's Winter Moon. I didn't look this up ahead of time. And the silk, it's silk floss, which is the first time I've used silk floss. And this is Victoria Clayton, Vicki Clayton silks. And she has, the silk packet for this specific project. So, and it was very reasonably priced, and I really enjoy working on it. I have learned that with the silk, I need to leave longer tails on the back and tuck those in as I'm working. So when I was clipping them, close, I was finding as I'm stitching, they were working their way out. So I had to make that adjustment. But so far, since I've done that, everything has stayed in well. Here comes Gus. I don't know if he'll get in the camera. Oh yes, this is the first time Gus has shown up on any of my videos. I think you've heard him in the past kind of walking around. It's just his head. Now he's gonna go lay down. He is a Hungarian Vizsla, and yeah, he's just gonna go lay on his bed. So back to cross stitch. The next piece I did work couple of days on is a Lizzie Kate pattern called Forgive Quickly. Let's see if that focuses. Yeah, okay. So it says, forgive quickly, kiss slowly. And I am stitching this with a DMC floss. Let's see if I have the color. It's DMC 498, so it's a red. It was just something I had in stash, and the fabric is a mystery linen. I don't know what it is. It was just a remnant piece that my local needlework shop added to my order years ago, before they closed, obviously. So it's just been in my stash. So this fit perfectly on it. And here's where I'm at. I got some more of the letters done for quickly up here. And I just need to do this kind of banner piece on the side. That's fun. That one's, it's just a cute little stitch. I think when I finish it, I will fully finish it into a pillow. I did get some of the spacing incorrect, so I've had to kind of fudge where the words, where the letters start. I don't know how I managed that, but I think it looks fine. It's just a cute, fun little piece. So I have worked on that for a couple of days. And again, it should be a quick finish. There I go, dropping things on the floor. I should try to slow down. I'm a little bit of a hurry this morning because I do have to go out in this snowstorm. So let's see here. The next piece that I did work on here in February is a stitch along that I'm doing with Christine from Mountain Craft Studio, and then Kayla Gray also joined us, and she's actually finished her piece and it's beautiful. Amazing, Kayla, absolutely amazing. It's gorgeous. I am not stitching it that quickly, but I should take this out of the package and show you the photo. Hopefully that's not too noisy. So it's Quaker handwork, which is a Brenda Gervais design. That looks good. It's just beautiful. It's stitched with a combination of classic colorworks, the Gentle Arts, and a DMC floss. So got a little further on it this month. As you can see, I did not iron today. Let me fold that in half so that the a lot more daylight here behind me. So here's where I'm at. So I working on the berry bowl. I finished the bird motif and the flower motif there at the bottom. I'm starting the flower, this flower here, the stem comes up, and then the large bird in the center is over here. So there are initials that will go here, and then there's more initials that will be above the berry bowl on this side of the sampler, the little Quaker sampler piece. I'm going to use my husband's initials and my initials. They'll be on this side of the sampler, and then our three boys I will put on the other half of the sampler. I'll put their initials. It's charted to have 4 sets of initials, but I'm going to leave out a small motif and put in another set of initials so that all of us are included. So that's where I'm at on Quaker sampler, or excuse me, Quaker handwork by Brenda Gervais. It's a beautiful piece. It's fun. I've been enjoying it. I have everything kind of stacked in a chair next to me, so I keep looking down. I apologize. I'll set those things out of the way. I have a monthly challenge for myself, which I mentioned in the last 2 videos, I think. At least the last video, possibly the one before that. And so I made a list of numbers 3 through 18, and so each month I roll the dice, 3 dice, which is why there's no 1 and 2, because there's 3 dice. And so I just assigned a project with a time, a goal to each of the numbers. So a project with and a goal, and it's kind of like a whip go, but I roll the dice, and there's not a grid, it's just a list. I rolled the dice for February. I rolled a 7, and that corresponded with working 8 hours on the pattern Gather Here, which is by Hello from Liz Mathews. And I thought I had the photo, but I think it's hidden away in the package. I didn't want to show the chart. Let me just see. I might have to spin it around. Sorry about that. I was a little bit ill-prepared. I don't know. I might have taken it out. It's probably here on my table. I guess I don't have the photo to share with you. Just, you know, my floss is in my package. The other side has my chart. The cover sheet is not in here. I'll have to locate that. Anyways, it's Hello from Liz Mathews and Gather Here design. And I made some progress. My goal was 8 hours this month. So far, I'm about 5 hours. So I have extended the wing here. I think I finished bringing it down over here. I might have done a little bit more here. I don't remember. I've put in some of the branches and the leaves. Yeah, so that's what I've got done so far. I feel like it should go much faster than it has. I feel like I stitch really slow, and it's a single color, it's monochrome, so it seems like it should go quickly, but I made progress. So I will work on that more over the weekend to meet my 8-hour target. Yeah, so Gather Here by Liz, Hello from Liz Mathews. And I was working, I realized I needed more project bags because I had projects that were not in bags. I did not really feel like sewing very much this month, but I did take a few minutes and I whipped up a very quick, not fancy project bag of this beautiful blue fabric that I had sitting in my stash. I picked it up earlier last fall at a local fabric store, and then I just lined it with, you know, a cream color flower motif fabric that I had in my stash as well, with just a neutral zipper, and I did a top zip, so it was really fast and easy to sew. So quick little bag, not as fancy. I don't have the front zipper on that one, but just a really fast morning project one day. From my last video, I shared my mini finish on the January block for Flowers of the Month by Maurer-Stroh. And that seemed to be a very popular pattern. A lot of people enjoyed it and asked me where they could get the pattern. So I responded, and it is a free pattern. It's on her website, www.maurer-stroh.com, and it's 2010 Flower of the Month. So it's under her free charts, and you can print out a chart for each of the months of the year, and she has the options to do them in color or black and white. And I'll put that in my description box this time because it was such a popular request. I had so many requests for it. So, and Maurer-Stroh is MAURER-STROH. And it's all stitched with DMC floss colors. So it's one that you should be able to download and start working on pretty quickly. So that has occupied most of my stitching time for the month of February, the February block. So let me show you. Here we go. Yeah. So there's my January block and the February. So January is carnation, February is violets, and this has been addicting. These blues, purple colors, and greens. Oh my gosh, just gorgeous. So that is where I'm at on Flowers of the Month for February. So I'll continue working on that one. I just love it. I'm gonna put in these little centers of the violets. These are a really bright, let me reach here. There we go. They're across the table. Yellow and orange. I know last month when I was looking at the chart, I just thought there was a couple of these, but they are in the center of each of the violets. So there's probably, I don't know, maybe 6 or 8 flowers on here. And these bright colors will go in there. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, that's been so fun. I'm just amazed as the the color variations. It feels like a lot of confetti, but it just, as the leaves column in, and there's just so much definition in there as it comes together, it's addicting. Just gorgeous. So I hope everybody who has found the chart and printed out the ones that they want to work on, and I hope you're all enjoying it as much as I am. I first saw this pattern on Amy Loves Toad's Flosstube, and she is doing it 1/1. This is an even weave fabric, I think a Monaco. I didn't pull the fabric information here this morning, but it's all DMC floss. I shared with you last time the little bouquet of all the floss colors. And this is being stitched 2 strands of floss over 2 threads. Amy, on Amy Loves Toads, is stitching hers at half that size, so she is stitching it over 1/1, or over 1, I should say, because I think it's 1 strand, but I shouldn't say that for her, but I know she's doing it over 1. So, you know, her squares are 2 inches, and she's down to, I think, May, the last time I saw her progress on this piece. Gorgeous. So the first time I saw it, I was in awe of it. The second time I saw it, I said, I have to go find that. and I did. So I'm so happy. So that has been my stitching progress for the month of February. Now, I was telling you about rolling the dice and what my February goal was on Hello from Liz Mathews Gather Here chart. And before this video, I rolled the dice. They're actually still here on the dining room table, and I rolled a 12. So 12 corresponds with use it up, wear it out. So I went and pulled that, work in progress, and this is my oldest cross stitch piece. I think this has been sitting around for at least 6 years, maybe 8 years. It's been a long time. And I struggle with it because I don't like the fabric. So I rolled the dice and I looked at the corresponding pattern and I read it and I said, oh. But this is good. This is why I started this little challenge, monthly challenge for myself, is I want to make progress on all of my whips. And this is the oldest one, so I would like to get this one finished. The only time I've shared this piece is on my very first Flosstube video, so this will be a new one for many of you. This is a chart by Waxing Moon Designs, and that's, I think it's a little bit washed out here because of the lighting today, but it's, you know, there's two charts in them with the pattern, but I'm doing the larger one here, the use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. And you can see it's an older design. It has a 2010 on the model. I wonder if it says what year. Probably is a 2010. Yeah, it doesn't say a year on the pattern anywhere, but anyways, I've had it for quite a long time. And I'm stitching this. This is an Aida fabric, so it's, I think this is the only time I've ever stitched on an Aida other than when I was a kid. I find it to be really stiff. I probably should have soaked it before I started working on this, but you know, 6-8 years ago, I didn't know about that, and I wasn't watching Flosstube, so you know, live and learn. This sat in timeout for a number of years because I ran out of, or was running out of the floss, which is, I'm using Gentle Art, the Gentle Art Dark Chocolate. There we go. And I was running out of it. And my local needlework shop did not have any in stock each time I stopped in to check. And I never did ask her to order it specifically for me because I didn't get there very often, but I had it in timeout and I kept thinking, well, it says use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without, so maybe I need to be very strategic about where I use this dark chocolate floss, and then what I had left were, let's see, here's where I'm at. So it's really close to being done, but I was thinking I'd be really strategic about where I use this chocolate, and then these little blossom stitches I might use, I was thinking I would use a different floss and maybe make them you know, a red or just some other color. But then I think I found Flosstube, and then I was like, I can order this online because that needlework shop had since closed. I was like, I can find a location. I can order this online. Never occurred to me that I could do that. So I did. I ordered another skein, and fortunately it's, you know, it's not, it has a nice variegation, so it doesn't look drastically different. And as you can see, I don't have a great back on here. You can see my threads. Maybe if I put something behind it, let's see better. Yeah, a little bit better. And you'll notice that I was ambitious last year when I was working on this early in the year. I was thinking I would finish it, if I put the date in here, that I would finish it in 2021. And clearly I did not. I still have, you know, this row of the stem here of what do I call it, vine of leaves and blossoms. And then I think I have another one that comes up around over here. So I made an error in this anyway, so I'll take that out and I'll restitch it into a 2022. but I'll do that when I finish the rest of these vines and blossoms. The pattern is great. I really like it. I just don't like the fabric. And it was really fast when I sat down to work on it. It did go quickly. You know, this border was so easy. I think that the local needlework shop should have recommended a different fabric for me, because there are 3/4 stitches and there are satin stitches. Yes, there's a right here. This flower has leaves, and there are satin stitches on here, which I have tried to do them, and then I've taken them out because they didn't look good. So doing satin stitches on this Aida fabric is rather difficult. So that's been my hang up, and that's why this whip is my oldest whip and not finished. But that will be my goal for March. My, what did I say for it? I'd work on it for 4 days. So not a super challenging target to meet. However, I kind of cringe when I pick it up, and stitching should be fun, but I'm just left at the challenging parts. So 4 days, we'll see how far I get. It'll have more progress. So that is my stitching and my goals target for next month. So my plans. I do have one new start scheduled for March, St. Patrick's Day, and I should have pulled this out. I wasn't going to share it, but I think I will. I have shown it in the past. It is a chart called An Irish Prayer. It's by Homespun Sampler. So that's I won't take it out of the plastic just because it makes so much noise. But Homespun Sampler, it's an Irish prayer, and it says, "May those who love you, and those who don't, may God turn their heart, and if he cannot turn their heart, may he turn their ankle, so you know them by their limp," which I think is hilarious. So that's the piece I'm gonna start in March. I picked up the floss here this month for this, and it's just 4 colors, real simple. These are the DMC floss. And I pulled a piece of fabric from my stash to put this on, and let's see, what is this? This is 36 count light mocha Edinburgh linen. So there's the fabric. I'm gonna put this on the back of this board here so it shows better. There's the fabric and the floss. So I think that's pretty. So that'll be just a fun little piece. My husband and I both think that is just hilarious. And he is Irish, well, 25%. His grandmother, McGrath, was her maiden name, so she's Irish. And so that's a plan for next month as well. Sorry, I'm kind of bumping the table and we're getting a little bit of wiggle in the screen, so I apologize for that. And the other thing, just one other thing that I've been working on, I was going to share with you. I said I had knitting at the end, so here's where I'm going to just talk about the knitting. I won't share any other sewing than the one project bag because it's cross-stitch related. I'll maybe pick that up next time. Maybe I'll alternate. my local yarn shop, which is called Yarn, is I'm on their newsletter, and I saw a few weeks ago that they had a class coming up in February and into March for a top-down sweater, raglan sleeve style, which I've never knit a top-down raglan sleeve style sweater. So I thought, oh, that would be kind of fun just to do that and have, you know, a little bit of hand holding on that first project. So I reached out to see if I could get into the class, and the owner of the yarn shop, said that the class was full, but she would check with the instructor to see if she'd be willing to take one more person. And I didn't hear back from her, so I did not think that I was in the class. Until the night before the class was supposed to start, I received an email from the shop owner, along with everybody else in the class, that said, you know, she'll be opening a little bit early, so anybody who needed to get their supplies could get them before the class started. And I was like, oh, so I'm in the class. So it kind of was on a whim, and I got into the class. So the pattern that I am stitching for this top-down sweater is called a Winter League Pullover, and that's what it looks like. It is by Two of Wands. So it looks kind of like a sweatshirt style, so it has this V design here at the neck, like a pullover sweatshirt, and it's just really kind of roomy looking. It's got a little bit of a split hem, which I like that look. So yeah, I like that sweater. It's done in a heavier weight yarn, so worsted weight, so it should knit pretty quickly. And being top down, well, here we go. I'll just show you. So I'm like here, this far in, top down. Here's the neck front. So you've got a little bit of that. I don't think you'll be able to see it very well. You've got that little V. Yeah, it's not going to show up very well, but I had to go down a needle size. I didn't like how open the fabric was when I used the called for needle size, so I went down half a size, and I like that better. It's just, you can still see through it a little bit, but I like it soft, really nice for next to skin. Let me just grab the ball band. Sorry about that. It's on a Barocco Mercado yarn. It's 100% Peruvian Highland wool. So it wasn't too badly priced. I needed, let's see, I think I needed six skeins of yarn. And this is the color 4167. So it doesn't have a name, just a number. But so it's a deep kind of navy blue. Maybe a little bit brighter than navy, but yeah, I like it. So I've already done all the raglan shaping, and now I'm just doing stockinette stitch until I split for the sleeves. So that has taken up my Saturdays. In the morning, we meet for 2 hours on Saturday morning and work on that. It's very easy, but it is just fun to have somebody there when I have a question about what I'm reading in the pattern. So that was that. That was my knitting. I haven't really made much progress on my socks or my mittens that I'm working on. I know I had hoped to have them both done by the end of February, but that's not happening because I have an unplanned, sort of spontaneous sweater start instead. I have had the urge to do some spinning. Maybe this weekend I'll get to do that, a little bit of that too. I don't know. I haven't done my blocks this month in February for my cathedral windows quilt. I did do them in January, but I need to kind of dig through my fabrics to find more just neutral background colors. Yeah. So with this knitting project, my budget was kind of out of whack here for February, so I don't plan to buy any more fabric or yarn or well, anything else. I'm trying to work through my stash here and what I have. I try to keep that in mind for 2022. I have a lot of cross stitch patterns. I have a little bit of fabric stash for cross stitch. I have a very large quilting fabric stash, and my yarn stash is actually quite large too. So I'm gonna try to work through what I have, and if I have to buy, you know, a floss here or there, or if I need a fabric for a cross stitch project, you know, if something in my stash isn't working, then I may order something like that. But I'm just not going to shop for the fun of it. Just to add to my stash, I'll have to be very specific and strategic. So that's that. It's a little bit shorter video, it's 36 minutes today, and still snowing. I'm gonna go bundle up, and I've got to run to the grocery store and the post office and the bank this morning. So I hope everybody is doing well, staying safe, staying warm if you're here in the north, and hopefully I'll catch up with you again soon. Hopefully it won't be 4 weeks like it was last time, but until then, take care everybody. Bye.